Welcome to Detox Q&A, where all of your detox questions get answered to reclaim your energy, heal your gut, and leave brain fog behind. We're here to help you live a low-tox, high-vibe life that's easy on you and the planet, so you can be who you came here to be. I'm your host, Sinclair Kennally, certified Toxicity and Detox Specialist, expert on detox for digestive disorders, and survivor of complex chronic illness. Welcome to episode 1. This podcast is our love letter to you, and I'm so excited that you're here. Before we get started on all the myth busting and insider info we're going to share, I want to zoom out for a second so that you know if this show is right for you and how we can help. At Detox Rejuvenation, Michael and I believe that we're in a cultural age of awakening, with rapid evolution possible on every topic under the sun. But we're also almost 8 decades and multiple generations into what I call the era of chemicals, which really took off after World War II with a sudden post-war surplus of oil that had to go somewhere, right? So they turned it into chemicals, into products for consumers, and began spraying it on our food. And in the last 25 years, we have dramatically sped up that process. So it's now coming to a head in the form of a rapidly unfolding health crisis that we're just beginning to understand. So we should be in this amazing position, right? With the age of awakening upon us. With all this amazing, technology and advancements and, rapidly shifting ideas culturally, and all of us coming together. But it's getting directly disrupted by our health issues and by our exposure to toxicants specifically, which is lowering our IQ, causing inflammation and chronic illness, distorting our emotions, and depleting our life force. Here's a statistic that might surprise you. According to the EPA, we're importing 250 pounds of chemicals per person per day into the United States. And that does not include herbicides, pesticides, fuel, or pharmaceuticals. It is insane, right? So where is all this going? Some of it is ending up in our food, in our water, in our air, and in us. It might surprise you to know that we're ingesting enough plastic each week to form a credit card. And spoiler alert, that does not necessarily come out. So a lot of that gets stored, causing, a cascade of effects in the body, which we'll dive into later. And it's still legal to put heavy metals in our food, our personal care products, and in medical interventions. And neurotoxins are still commonly used in our food growth and production and in our medicines. They're still being actively used as additives in our municipal water. It's insane, right? So it's not hard to understand why we went from 4% of the US adult population having a chronic illness back in the 1960s to now 6 out of 10 adults have a chronic condition. It's crazy, right? And more than half of our children now have a chronic diagnosis by the time they're 16. So, but this, right, that I'm going to share next is actually what made me realize, we have to share this with a larger population. So in 2008, a German study discovered that Americans and Europeans had an average of 10 toxins per cell, which is an enormous body burden because toxins disrupt the body's ability to maintain and heal itself, right? But just 10 years later, in 2018, the study was repeated and we had jumped to 500 toxins per cell, which is insane in just 10 years. And when I heard that, the hair stood up on the back of my neck because I realized this information is not getting out fast enough and it's affecting everyone. And we need to know and understand what it means for us and also how we can still thrive, right? It's not too late. But we do need to understand what we're working with. It's already showing up in so many ways that we've already covered. But here's one last statistic I'll leave you with. Our ill health span has more than doubled in the last 10 years. We can now expect to be in ill health for the last 20 years of our life, not just the last 10. And the data is there for those who look. There's thousands and thousands of studies that show, this toxicant, is, toxic to, it's like a carcinogen, or it's an obesogen, or this causes heart issues, or this is a neurotoxin. And it's all there, but it's not getting connected. And the data isn't coming out fast enough for us to act on it because it takes about 40 years for emerging data to reach mainstream awareness. And we just don't have that kind of time right now. If you're anything like us, you don't want to wait to feel your best. So whether you consider yourself healthy and just want to be proactive because living clean is important to you and your family, or you're on a healing journey and you're working on getting your life force back, especially if you have digestion, inflammation or skin issues, fatigue, brain fog, mental distress, distorted emotions, or you already know you have toxin exposure and pathogens, we are here to support you. This show is designed in a Q&A format so that your top questions get answered in bite-sized episodes to help you consider each topic, open the door to more understanding, and get actionable steps from each episode. We're not just going to talk around how boring and depressing and sucky this is. We're going to give you steps to go out and do something about this and make your life better each and every episode. And we also have really awesome friends. So we're going to have cool disruptors who are health pioneers on the show from time to time to share their experience and specialties. We're going to cover all things detox for your body, mind, and home to thrive. Food, gut, lifestyle, and the inner game it takes to thrive in this time. Some upcoming episodes include why you have different food sensitivities, which food filters to learn, and what can really be done to free you from these limitations, why your candida or leaky gut keeps coming back. Hello, there's a reason. Why you get SIBO and why it isn't responding to the typical treatments, how do liver and gallstones form and how it's possible to pass them safely without surgery, and the toxic contributing factors to brain fog, anxiety, scattered thinking, and depression, and what can be done to support you naturally on your healing journey so that you can feel more like yourself. We're also going to cover the mental and emotional patterns that accompany chronic health issues and how to support yourself through them. Sleep. We're going to talk about sleep, how to get to sleep, how to stay asleep, how to feel deeply rested when you wake up, and why it's so hard to do that in our modern lifestyle. We've got great episodes coming up on that. We're also going to talk about misconceptions about parasites, co-infections, and the truth about these little critters, and how to avoid or treat mold and other mycotoxins, and how common toxins are diminishing your life force without you realizing it, dumbing you down, slowing you down, and disrupting your body's natural self-healing mechanisms, the sources of exposure, and how to gently detox them once you've been exposed. We're also going to cover how to help your family and the planet with a toxin-free lifestyle. Everything from cooking to laundry to little things like nail polish. We help you cut through the false claims and greenwashing to discover what really nourishes and heals you. And of course, the mindset support you need to navigate this complex world and make choices to increase your life force, not deplete it. So I also want to have a little reality check here right now, okay? Because I'm not going to talk to you like you have to be perfect and move to the woods and live on leaves and throw out your laptop. Like I haven't done that yet, and I'm not expecting you to. I'm not expecting you to be perfect because I'm not, okay? I fucked this up 6 ways to Sunday, just so you know, before I ever got anything right. And my life was a dumpster fire because of it. So also, I am a giant wuss and I am naturally inclined to be lazy with self-care and stingy with myself. So I'm really not here to judge. What I do know though, because I learned most of this the hard way, is that it can be done more easily. And we've figured out the things that actually work. And I know that if I can take these steps, so can you. And we're here to help make life easier and more in line with your real values, who you really are, and how you'd really like to feel, and how you'd really like to treat our planet, our home, our great mother. So your action step today is to consider, do you have as much energy as you did 10 years ago? As much easy access to natural well-being as you'd like? Do you really feel like the best version of who you really are and the person you know you can be? If the answer is no, are you ready to do something about it? If you are, keep listening and spread the word. Tune in each week for support, answers, hopefully a good laugh, and a big dose of inspiration and hope. We heal in community, and we are here to witness each other. Michael and I are here to support you, and I'm sending you my love. Sinclair Kennally,